The waves are still gonna come in. What are you talking about?
I really don't get his point. I'm gonna be honest.
Don't act like you did something. Oh, that was his point.
Okay.
God damn it, he got me.
Right. Yeah, he got me too. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae, the first, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. Slightly under the weather today, guys, so sorry we didn't react to this video yesterday. Likely I'll release it tomorrow, so today is Tuesday. Likely coming out on Wednesday. But today we are here for Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 22.
Oh man, we're almost there to the end, man. We've been talking about this every week. Every time we get closer and closer to the end of the season, we get a little sad, but it's been a fire season nonetheless. So it's been a privilege, and it's been a great experience, 100%. So yeah, what happened last week, man? What happened?
So last week, Olmar became a man, and he became a man at the expense of his father's farming empire because the war was cut short after Snake instructed Badger? No, not Badger. Fox. He instructed Fox in order to issue the order to retreat. They retreated. Canute and his men, they kind of had to take their own licks because Thorgil snuck up from behind him. Because, you know, Canute got a little bit ahead of himself in terms of sending the rear guard forward. And then we had a fantastic conversation with the Kettle family. Kettle, the slaveholder, it seems like he's still unconscious, or at least he hasn't woken up from his wounds yet. Arnhide died, and then the result of that was Thorfinn went to go meet with Canute at his home base camp, and he said he would take 100 punches from the bear killer. I don't remember his name, but the redhead with an eye patch.
Drott.
Sure.
But yeah, and yeah, they placed their bets on him. Like, okay, can he, get up to all these punches, 100 punches? Oh, let's bet on that. So we'll see what happens. But he wants to talk to the king, and that's how he'll be able to if he's conscious by the end of this. So we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, like you said about the Omar situation, just briefly before getting to the episode, that's one of my favorite moments in this season, and I just really like the fact that he became a man not through his brother's ways or his father's ways. I thought that was really cool. But I'm excited to get into this episode, so let's just get straight into it. Vinland Saga, Season 2, Episode 22. Let's start it right about now.
And mostly blind for this one, guys. We've just heard incredible things about this episode, and I saw one screenshot of Thorfinn, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty iconic. Oh, right into the opening. All right.
It was kind of ironic when you had said a few days ago, like whenever Oda goes on a break, we can start doing streams and stuff. And
yeah,
there's the break.
Oh, man. So if you guys are interested in One Piece content, we're probably going to bring some of that to Mugen. Both Vontae and myself were reacting to One Piece, the manga, in various capacities on our own channels. So make sure you share the love with both of us if that's, one of your series that you follow. I am going to miss this opening.
I know, that's all I was thinking right now, too.
Man, we still haven't gotten that crucifix. So I don't know if that's just symbolism for the farm going up in flames, or if that is actually a person that's up there.
It's so hard to tell because it's like, at first I was thinking it was literal, then I started thinking it was symbolism, but they show it so often that, shit, it might end up being real.
Oh yeah, and Thorfinn said there's a way to take a punch.
Damn.
They are not gonna count upwards.
King of Rebellion, I like that title. Remember when we was talking about the sound design? God damn.
Okay, that's 2 hands. That's 2 hits.
These are birthday punches, right? Birthday punches.
Oh, they also said 100 because one of the guys is like 91. He's gonna have a brief moment for 2 punches. He's gonna be like, I never expected to win all this money. I think there's a phrase like going with the punches to where you don't resist the impact of the punch itself. You kind of allow yourself to move naturally with it.
So they're saying he's kind of moving his body a little subtly to, yeah.
Exactly. Even with one eye, Wolf can still see that.
Boy, Einar like, man, I get it, but dog. I do like that he's thinking that way, though, because, I mean, honestly, there's times where you really would have to use violence. First method is always going to be first, man. Whatever that is, he'll try.
It's almost like he's trying to shoulder the pain for multiple people, or even the entire world at that point, because it is a cruel world.
That's interesting that Einar mentioned that, because, I mean, honestly, you can't always bet on this, you know? Literally, there's a bet going on right now on him getting punched. But, like...
Oh, camera work. Yeah, that one hurt. And that one's gonna hurt for a while. You know what? He lost the hair tie. I'm gonna lose the hair tie.
That made a crazy sound. They heard that sound design too. That was a crazy sound. Damn. You like, dog. Bakana.
I wonder if Olmar's gonna try to take some of those hits on behalf of Thorfinn.
Plural hits, plural.
I mean, look, he's a man now. You can't just take
He's
one.
A man. He's not a man's man, but he's a man. Nah, shout out my boy Omar though. Shout out to him.
Oh, the piano! I love this OST.
If I was one of them, like, stay down, man. I need
Bakana.
my money.
Oh!
Wow. Okay.
Oh, well, you're not getting those teeth back.
We haven't heard Thorfinn talk like this in a while. That's a shot that I seen.
Oh,
He
nice.
put his hair up. That's a cool ass shot.
I like it.
Nani? Bakana.
This is his fight. Doesn't
I
matter.
really
whether
like that. That was kind of
lives or dies.
nostalgic. The way he was talking was really nostalgic.
So, guys, we are going to do a recap of Season 2 in the form of a live stream. And the reason why I just thought of that is because favorite characters from Season 2, that is definitely going to be one of the topics.
Most definitely.
But you've also got to throw 100 punches. Like, that's also got to be pretty bad.
Yeah, and plus you're definitely not doing any jabs, so it's a lot of energy being exerted. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this whole thing was gonna be worse. Like,
I mean, we haven't
I thought we
seen
was gonna see
Thorfinn
everything
yet. Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like hearing it, seeing it. I like that we skipped through it and then we're at the end of it.
He believes it.
Damn, that boy face is swollen.
You were saying, Vante?
Hey, look, it ain't as bad as I said what I said. It still stands, but his face is swollen. He said, "That's not how I roll, man. Not no more."
Ooh!
You see what I mean? I love the energy that he has. It's like, you know what? Let me be a bit feisty to get my point across a little more. Instead of being completely passive, let me be aggressive, but also for peace.
I don't know what that is, but...
Me neither, but he's spitting though.
Yes! Oh, I love it.
With the OST too. Some drums go crazy. Well, I feel like it's the end of the episode and we're just halfway. But I am him though. I can do that in front of all these warriors.
Yeah, I like it.
No, this really sounds like end of episode music / cliffhanger, but it's not.
Ooh!
All the combos, man. like that.
I think it's refreshing to bring Einar with him because he is a bit naive, but I think that's kind of what Canute needs to hear at this point, because Thorfinn can speak logically as he wants, but with Einar being this kind of naive voice in the room, it might trigger something in Canute's head to where he'll be like, you know what, I overstepped a bit. Ugh. Oh, don't tell me Pater's there. We haven't seen him yet.
Right.
Oh, no.
Please don't, because I... Don't look. Oh, no.
No! I think this might be a red herring, because they haven't shown him yet. I'm hoping it's a red herring.
Maybe they didn't want... I don't know. Maybe they also didn't want us to be devastated as well.
Soda. Man, how these two men have grown since the last time they've seen each other.
Yep. Let's see. How's this conversation gonna go? Yeah, you guys know to make a face on him, but other people...
I was just thinking that because they actually gave Canute eyes. Ah, I love that shot. Wait, he made him a slave?
I mentioned it earlier. I just thought that he just put him into... Yeah, okay. I think I did say that, like, real early on. Because I'm like, where else did he... Like, how did he end up that way? I just didn't know that he, like, purposely did it. I thought he just kind of discarded him. Then that's how that happened, but...
I guess that makes sense, because he did strike a royalty, but... Man, I just never connected those 2 points before. He might be small in height, but he is large in stature. Like, he commands the presence in a room. I mean, that's a great point. Who are you going to have to work the farm after you requisition it? Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Wow. I mean...
He said you're not built like this.
Fitting.
What is with this scratching in the background?
I was just about to say that. Damn.
Oh, I love the shading there. I love that shot even more.
I feel like that's like a really good manga panel. That one too. What is blood waffling about? No, like for real, like.
Everyone just kind of look at him like, what the hell? The waves are still gonna come in. What are you talking about?
I really don't get his point. I'm gonna be honest.
Don't act like you did something. Oh, that was his point. Okay. God damn it, he got me.
Right. Yeah, he got me too.
Oh, Father in Heaven. Oh!
Very interesting.
Man, now Canute's spitting.
The King of Rebellion, right? That's the name of the episode?
Yep.
That's interesting, though, because Thorfinn himself doesn't necessarily have a opinion about God. So, for him to hear this, he's probably like, he wants some other shit.
This is great writing. Again, I understand both sides. That is insane.
Wow. That's a great shot right there too. You have the spearheads and stuff, and then you see like the sun, the fight against God, humans, right?
Oh,
the spit.
Damn.
Yeah, because he's still piling up them bodies. And he knows that. He literally thinks about it when he talks to his dad.
Yeah. And I killed my dad. You're welcome. This conversation is perfect.
And just like you said earlier, having Einar there, if it works.
So how is this going to be resolved? Is he going to, like, ask Canute for a duel? Like similar to Thorfinn or Thor's and Askeladd in season 1? Well, I guess not.
so we're just like beyond the point of
discussion.
Surrendering? Well, not from Thorfinn, but for Omar. Because if not, yeah, they're done for. They are done for. And he's not stopping. He's made his point clear, and he's staying persistent. And that's the end of the episode, isn't it? Yep.
That one
Fire
hurt.
episode.
That one hurt.
Fire episode.
Start to finish.
Finally got what we wanted to get, and you're adding, Einar into it as well.
Yeah.
With that whole conversation, man. And you can understand both sides too. It's like there's really no side where you're just like, hell no, that's not right thinking. Of course, there's certain things you might disagree with.
Sure.
But ultimately, you can see what leads them to that. Especially like Canute, we literally saw it in season 1. What made him get into that role?
I think one of the phrases is wars are not sought because both sides feel like they're wrong or one side feels like they're right. It's because both sides feel like they're right or just, I guess. Like
Canute, like I said, he's like at a different level. Like if you were to compare him and Thorfinn, he's at a different level in terms of like he knows exactly what he wants to do and he knows the sacrifices and all that will come with it. Thorfinn, he has his conviction now, but at the same time, it's like it's still very hard to manage the whole no violence thing, the whole essentially getting people to Vinland. That's another thing too. So it's just kind of interesting to see how obviously somebody with power like Canute, he's able to acquire what he wants and what he needs as the farm and as, the Vikings and all that. But Thorfinn, he doesn't really have that leverage. However, this conversation, you can see that both of them are at this level where, like, serious about what they want to do, but it's a lot harder for Thorfinn versus Canute. Even though Canute, in the end, I mean, he's not going to get his way all the time either. And we already are seeing cracks in what he has been doing, even though he's been getting a lot of W's as well.
Yeah.
We can still see. I mean, he's still young. Both of them are young, so they will learn while they go through all these experiences. He's going to have to go into war eventually too, so he's going to have to learn a lot more. The king in his mind has been telling them that you're just like, any other king, and he's starting to accept it. However, he still believes that his approach is still, I mean, it is different from most kings, but at the same time, you're doing exactly the same shit. Even more poisoning and all that, and now in war, so. But fire nonetheless.
Well, what do you have to give up in order to obtain something? So for Canute's side, he had to give up not becoming his father, or at least following in his footsteps, because Canute, for most of his adolescence up until early adulthood, he said, I'm not going to become like my father. I hate my father. I'm talking about Spherical, not Spherical, Svein, not, God in this situation. And he said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then as he realized that he wanted to enact his ideals on the world's not going to just accept that. So he has to give up that morality almost in order to obtain the power needed to enact his ideals, essentially. And Thorfinn, he has to give up essentially winning the fight with violence. So he's adopting the Talk no Jutsu in order to essentially try to sway the hearts of men. And that's a lot different than he's been accustomed to for his adolescence up until adult life. He could always swing his daggers, and if you kill a man, he's not going to refute what you say. As the saying goes, history's written by the victors.
And Canute just said that. Strike me down.
He did.
Do it. Like what you just said. Like even because Canute is leading Vikings, so out of anybody during this time, it's like, yeah, they're definitely not just gonna completely assimilate or like change, and honestly, probably not even at all. So it's always interesting too. Every time I think back, I'm like, he's leading Vikings. These people honestly could care. They they couldn't care any less about Canute and his whole. I mean, maybe they might be a little interested because it is kind of new, but they also don't really know his real conviction in it because we've seen it firsthand. Even though he just said it right now in front of them, but I mean, I guess they're down with it. But so we'll see. But we have people like Floki, where Canute told him like, "Oh, don't pillage. Like, I know we won or whatever, but we're not doing none of that stuff." And then you can see that potentially they're going to betray him in the end, or at least a faction of Vikings will probably betray him because, I mean, they don't rock with what he's preaching, essentially. So we will see how that, how that works.
I mean, they're both risking something. So for Canute, he's risking a betrayal of some of his strongest men in combat, and that's been his method in order to get his way. Thorfinn is giving up his own body and his own health. Let's say, for example, after he got hit for the 100th time, that someone that just lost out on a ton of money from that betting circle decided to just kill him anyway, because I just lost 2 months worth of, my wages.
Right.
Okay, well, anything can happen when you choose not to use violence in either to protect yourself or to enact your own ideals.
Mm-hmm. And the first method, that's what he thinks the first method is, but Einar's like, yo, dude, like, I mean, if your first method is to getting hit or a strike or whatever, you might end up dying. So
That's
it's
dangerous.
like, at the end of the day, exactly. So you got to kind of change it. However, one thing I do like, which I was saying throughout the episode, I love Thorfinn's energy right now. He's being aggressive, like old Thorfinn, just without fighting. And I think that it can really get his point across. And in this situation, it makes sense. Because I know a lot of people were kind of, well, not a lot of people, but some people were probably a little bit annoyed with Thorfinn in terms of like, oh man, it's like, it sucks to see him getting beat up and stuff, and like accept people just pushing him over. But I'm like, I mean, I'm sure you're probably happy now that at least he can reserve his quote unquote his backbone in the situation where he can stand 10 toes down and still have that same kind of energy despite not, being violent himself. But he still understands that violence will be at least the last resort. So he's going to push it away from the first, from that being the first method. But he's going to at least he'll have that in the, in the back pocket. So.
I mean, look, dead men tell no tales, so you cannot enact anything in this world if you are dead. So if you're willing to risk it, get hit 100 times by a bear killer, like, power to you, man. I give it to you for that, but it's a risky gambit. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And man, Pater, if you are dead, man, all right, he was a great character.
I feel like he's injured, but maybe not dead, given the fact that they didn't show his body there.
Okay. And yeah, that is a rule too. If you didn't see the body, they ain't dead. So.
Well, I guess it could be a similar situation to Hjalti from earlier in the season.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too.
So, if it's not going to be revealed later in the season, guys, please let us know if this is like the end cap for the story and Yukimura just put in like the notes of a volume that Pater died. Let us know. But if you're watching this far and the reveal or the non-reveal of his death is still upcoming either this season or next season, please just hold your tongues, please.
Please, because I know some people are like, oh well, actually no, we don't know. We don't want to know until we are supposed to know. But we're supposed to know, but they don't show us, then tell us.
Yeah.
But yeah. This was a great episode. Great discussion too. Like I said, that live stream, once we get into that, it's gonna be probably one of the longest live streams we will do because there's a lot to talk about.
So much.
Philosophy, everything. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. I don't want it to make it too long, obviously. It's already long.
I don't have anything else on my end, guys. Farmland Arc has been every bit that it's been, talked about in the discourse of Animanga. So I want to thank you guys for joining us on this quite a awesome journey so far this season.
Yes, sir. So, you guys know the drill, man. Hope you guys all have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys all in the next video, and peace.